Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you're having a great day. I've got just a random question that I want to talk about today from Hannah, who wants to know, how can I end up in a field like yours? I'm majoring in allied health and pursuing physical therapy and advice and wisdom. So I thought this was a really interesting question to talk about because I told her, so here's my answer. I'm just going to give you my answer that I wrote on Facebook. I said, just do it. You don't need 10 years of education. Just learn as you go and share your insights with others. The internet is an amazing platform. And then she responded again saying, hey, in your opinion, what is a really amazing research experimentation topic pertaining to exercise? Really whatever you want. So anyways, let me go back to the initial question. How do you end up doing what I do? How do you end up becoming somebody who helps others get healthy? Well, first of all, I'll tell you how I did it. If you know my story, most of my life was geared towards playing soccer. By the time I was 24, I was able to play. I played for 3 years professionally. I retired when I was 24 just because I felt that there was other things I wanted to do, which is kind of doing what I do now and helping others get healthy. But most of my life was really about living a fit and active life. Now, here's a distinction to make. I was fit, but I wasn't healthy. When I was 17, or leading up to that, I had suffered from really bad asthma, bad eczema, digestive issues, skin problems, really bad fatigue, like tired all the time. And when I was 17, when I was in my last year of high school, I started losing my hair. And so after about 6 weeks, I lost all my hair, eyebrows, the whole bit. And my doctor diagnosed me with alopecia, which is an autoimmune condition which attacks the hair follicles. Long story short, 8 years, couldn't find any solutions, went back to school, studied holistic nutrition, started to understand how food actually works inside the body and transform my life. I was able to regrow all my hair, although my head is now shaved, and obviously I've had recurring bouts of alopecia over the last couple years. It kind of goes in ups and downs, but that's whatever it is. But more importantly, I was able to really dramatically improve my health, have my energy, get rid of my asthma, my eczema, all that stuff was gone. So before that, I was actually studying at the University of Toronto for 4 years to do my kinesiology degree, which is awesome. But what's funny is that I'm actually one of the very few exceptions of the people in my cohort of graduates who use what I actually went to school to do. Okay, so I use part of what I learned in school to do what I do now. But here's the thing. Most of my learning occurs on my own. If I want to learn about something, I will research it. I will buy programs. I will invest in myself. I will invest in learning about something, and I'll experiment on myself. And then I'll share my results with you guys. And that's essentially what I do. Obviously, there's amazing researchers out there and doctors who are obviously great. But I think the real way to help others is to be an inspiration and just to be yourself and share your story with others. That's essentially all I've been doing. Is I've gone through my own health challenges. And that was really the impetus for me to further learn about health and the body and all that stuff, which is why I went to school and did all that. But even if I didn't, I'm really, really happy I'm not in school anymore. If I were to go back to school now, I think I'd rather jump off a bridge, because I just love experiencing life and learning on my own terms. And I think with the internet now, the academia and the whole school system is just broken in the first place. It's not a great way to teach people and equip them with tools to live life. It's a very archaic way of learning. So I think if you really want to help others and do things with respect to exercise, health, nutrition, is first of all, learn about it. So whether that means going back to school or doing some type of certification, that's why we developed Super Nutrition Academy, to help regular people learn about this stuff, right? So if you want to learn about that, go to supernutritionacademy.com and go deep with this stuff, right? Just starting with that can make a huge difference in your own life, but then also your ability to help others. Because you don't have to be certified as a personal trainer or a nutritionist or a dietitian or whatever to first and foremost help yourself. Okay, and when you do that, you can become the beacon of health for your family, right? Because there's so many armchair doctors, there's so many armchair dietitians, which essentially means that they preach a lot of stuff, but they don't practice it themselves. And I'm guilty of that sometimes as well. I'll say to eat gluten-free, but then I'll order pizza. Right? It doesn't happen all the time, but that's the way it goes. So yes, we all have our flaws, we all have our shortcomings, and that's fine. But I think if you can really inspire others, and I think just using YouTube as a platform just to share your story, share your experience. What do I do with these videos? I take people's questions and I answer them. right? Nothing flashy, there's no crazy production here. I literally just turn the camera on, take a question that I'm able to answer, and I answer it. And the reason I do this is because so many people have benefited from these videos. So if you have an area of expertise, if you can show people how to tie their shoes more effectively, and there's people searching for that kind of stuff, then you owe it to yourself and to the world to share that with other people. I think what the biggest problem people have is they feel they need to be perfect. They feel they need to have all these letters behind their names in order to be worthy enough of sharing their advice with others. That's BS. Okay, if you want to be in the typical kind of, I don't consider myself to be part of the normal world. I consider myself to be on a slightly different planet sometimes, because I don't follow the rules of most of the stuff that happens in the world. But if you want to follow that route and you want to get a good job and you need your MBA or your PhD to do that, and then end up getting fired because your company is downsizing, then you can do that. But if you really want to do something you love and create lasting impact, you don't have to do that and pursue that typical, that script that we've all been led to believe as the way of living life. For me, it started out that way. I actually wanted to get into sport medicine and become a sport medicine doctor for a soccer team, a professional soccer team, and I'm happy that didn't happen, because I really would not have enjoyed that. I'm so much happier having the freedom to help hundreds of thousands of people from the comfort of my own home, thanks to the advent of the internet, YouTube, all these amazing technologies. And when you combine that with your passion for learning, it doesn't have to be in the classroom, learning, because everything you need is online in some way, shape, or form, and combine that with your story, how you can help others, it's just tremendous. So hopefully that answers your question. And for anyone else wondering the same stuff, like if you have a passion about something, if you've got a passion about basket weaving or saving seals or training dogs, there is so much opportunity out there. It's ridiculous. Look at the top channels on YouTube. These are men and let's look at a lot of the women, right? Some of the women are showing you how to put on makeup, and they've got tens of millions of subscribers. There are videos out there that are absolute ridiculous nonsense, but they appeal to the comedy of what people are after, right? So there's so many ways to make a living, and to do so with passion and purpose. And I just encourage you to really kind of think about that before you spend, hundreds of thousands of dollars on education that you could have got off the internet or in some other way. Anyways, I could go on and on about this, but I think you get the point, right? Just do it, right? Ready, fire, aim. Okay, just take action, then course correct, keep taking action, course correct, and keep taking action. Okay, so Hannah, hopefully that helps you out. And for anyone else wondering that same thing, hopefully this video has given you some insights into what I've done and why I've done it, and how you can do the same. And there we go. It's not rocket science. You just have to do it. Take a bit of a chance, turn on your video camera, or just start collecting emails and communicating with people. And that's pretty much it. All right, guys, have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.